Hello everyone, welcome to today's session. In this session, we are going to see keyboard and keystroke. Keyboard is used for sending keystroke to the desktop or any application you're interacting. It's very effective when you are trying to enter something, perform some shortcut keys, want to copy paste with a combination of couple of keys like Control, Alt, Shift, and Windows in case of Windows, Command or Meta in case of iOS or Mac. So we also have a list of special keys which are created like clear, space, enter, backspace, tab, escape, up, down, right, left, page up, page down, delete, home, and insert. Function keys F1 to 15, and print screen, scroll, lock, pause, caps lock, num lock. Combination of these keys can be used to send some action to the operating system. So it's just intercept. It just fires an event and forget. So it's a fire and forget kind of a thing, that the way you do it on a keyboard. But as per the syntax, it has to be put in braces and it is case sensitive. This can be used as an example, like for Windows, it looks like keyboard, control, home, plus home, or control print or print screen, keyboard, and say print screen will just perform print screen. You say control C, control V, copy, and then you can just say keyboard testing 4, 5, 6. Basically, it will enter 4, 5, 6 as a text from the keyboard. It will just type it. It emulates type. And in Mac, same thing can be done, which is command plus space, Safari, enter, command C, command V, testing 1, 2. Let's see an example to see how keyboard keys work. Let's jump into it. Welcome back to the exam. So in this session, we are going to see keyboard keystroke example. So I would take only Windows shortcut keys and a couple of visual automation as an example to perform. So what we're going to do is we're going to come, instead of clicking start, we're going to say Windows and R should open a run dialog box. In the run dialog box, whatever you have it in the run text box, we'll select all, which is Control A, and we will press delete to delete it. So once you delete it, we will type whatever we want, let's say notepad, and we'll say OK, which is OK button. We'll click it. So in the notepad, we'll be doing hello world of TagUI, and we're going to say Control A to select all, and we'll say copy, we'll say enter. So, and then we'll say paste, and we'll say paste. And once we do that 2 times, we'll go again and do F5, press F5. So this should be done, and we'll click on file save, which is Control S. We will try to save a file in a given location, wherever we want to save with a specific file. And we'll click save if a file already exists. We will have a dialog box. We'll try to handle this dialog box, or we'll say overwrite yes, and we'll try to save our file. So this is what we're going to see in this example using just keystroke and visual automation technique. Idea is to explain keystroke. Let's get started. So to start, let's launch our favorite Notepad++, save the file, save or save as, go to your desired location and save it as keyboard.tag and hit enter. So let's start with our example name, mouse and keyboard actions, and keyboard is the command, and you can say syntax is keyboard, and you just in bracket you can provide in keys whatever the keys you are. And remember, it is case sensitive, it has to be lowercase. Okay, let's get started. To do that, let's launch and run dialog box. And to do so, the command is keyboard, and we can say win, which is win button, and R, which is run. We will wait, or we'll wait for 1 second. Once you do that, and then we can say enter notepad in run dialog box. To do so, for that we need to basically capture the notepad. Let's go and capture the notepad. Save this first, come back, say Windows R, and we have here, and let's say Control A and delete. So which should delete your, which will have a clean empty slide. So let's capture this dialog box, which is this text box. We are going to perform our action. So to do so, open our snipping tool and say new, try to capture the text box. So and save as in the same location where you have, say that run dialog box. Say copy, paste, and come back to our code. Say paste here .png. So we can say type as, will perform the keystroke ctrl, which is a lowercase, and say A, and we say delete. And once you do that, now we can say type, and we can provide notepad, and we can say enter. We'll press enter. Let's wait for a minute for notepad to launch. And once notepad is launched, enter keyboard, say hello world of TagUI bot, and you can say enter. So this will just fire the event, and once we do that, you can say keyboard, and we can say ctrl control A, which is select all in the notepad. You can say shortcut to select all in notepad. So once we do that, we can say control C, we can say copy all the content, all the selected content in notepad. So once we do that, we are going to just press enter, and once we enter it, we'll try to perform paste operation. Paste copied item, copied content in notepad, and all this, and instead of C, say control V, and we will press enter when we do that, and let's do it 2 times. And once we do that, let's add, let's say 3 times. So once we do that, let's add a date and time stamp by pressing F5 key in notepad. So you can go here and you can say keyboard and bracket F5. Remember, it is all should be lowercase. And then once you do that, let's try to save it. Let's try to save it. Save. So when you save it, we got to give the file name. To give the file name, we need to have a file name. Let's define a file name. So file name can be defined in a variable. Let's go back on the top. We will do a variable declaration. We'll say file name. So let's specify var file name, and let's give a value c colon slash slash. So path should be given in double slash. So we're going to store it in a TagUI folder, close folder, and the file name would be TagUI bot note dot text. So that this is what I'm going to save it. Take this file and to file name. So what we're going to do is enter the value in the notepad for saving. So let's capture that. So we have a notepad, we are here, pad, we came here, we typed hello world of TagUI, we selected all, we pasted, and F5, and then we say control S. So when you say control S, this dialog box comes in. So we need to capture this dialog box. So let's open a snipping tool and let's capture this file name. Select the file name, and we can say save as. This is save as dialog box, and text file text is what I'm going to give them, and copy and say save. We can go back and then update it. We can say type and .png, I'll say as ctrl control A delete, and once we do that, we need to provide save the file. So let's save the file. Say type cx dialog box dot png as var file name. This is a variable value, and we will be hit enter. So this should save the file. Let's say test, and when you click save, saves. So let's say if we want to save as and save the same file again, let's say we want to execute 2 times, there will be this dialog box coming in. So we need to handle this dialog box if dialog box is visible. So we can go ahead and we'll capture this. We'll say confirm as dialog box. Let's copy and save. Let's go back here. We say read.png. So read does not come with as, read comes with 2, and we'll say confirm confirm dialog box. So we'll be declaring this variable again, and we'll say empty. We'll check if box equals true, confirm save as. Then we'll echo. Instead of saying echo, what we can do is we can handle this. So we will basically press the yes button. Save as, confirm yes button. So let's copy this and say save. And we'll say if everything comes out .png, and that's it. So, and then we need to capture the close button. So when you say yes, it saves it. We have to capture the yes button. So let's go open our snipping tool and let's capture the close button and save as. Notepad close button, copy and save it. And we are going to click PNG. All right, I think we have completed all our thing. Let's close it, close everything. We'll first delete the file so that we have a clean copy. So we have no file here in our folder. So let's just keep it here open so that we can able to see whether file is being written back here or not. Let's minimize this and let's open our command prompt, cmd. Let's move the command prompt here and let's just arrange it a little bit perfect so that we can able to. So we have everything right. Now we are in a location where the TagUI code is there. Say TagUI keyboard.tag -h so that we don't want to open Chrome browser, and hit enter run and see what happens. Okay, something wrong. We need to see what is wrong. Let's see. Yeah, I forgot to give the codes here to close it. So save it and let's run it and run now because we had the process. So it's starting again successfully. So it entered control Windows R and it cleared that and enter the notepad. It's typing hello pat, copied, paste, copy, paste 3 times, F5, and it should hit. Oh, we forgot to give control S. I think that's a mistake. So yeah, it's not able to find the dialog box and the subsequent steps is not getting executed. So let's update our code, go back, and here we, after F5, we need to press Control S. Say keyboard and say CTRL S. So this should basically hit the Control S button. Let's clear the screen, close this, don't save, and let's run again to see what's happening. Started. So far then Windows R, which is dialog box should open after a minute, cleared the content, entered the notepad, notepad launches, it's typing hello world of TagUI bot and it's copy pasting that. Now we could able to get into and we are able to give the file name. I think we did a mistake. The mistake here is, here we forgot to give a double click, so it's not able to find the folder where we want to save it. And let's save this now and try again. So no, say cancel, cancel, don't save. So nothing is saved here. This is the location where we want to save it. And let's run again. Say enter. Windows plus R, it's launched and it's clicking notepad. and it typed. Now we are trying to save it, so it's going to give a path which we wanted to give and the file name. So it's saved, and once it's saved, it's checking for the dialog box. If it finds that text, then it will be pressing a button, otherwise cannot find on the screen. We'll update this code instead of saying read because it's trying to find. So we have a method called exist, which we will be seeing in a helper function. So we can say exists, and we can check for this image to be present. If it is present, then we'll press the button, confirm yes, else it will search for the close button and it will try to close it. Let's save this again and go back. Let's close everything and clear and run again. So TagUI started. We gave a win R, launched, notepad open, notepad typed, notepad open. So we're going to enter all the details. We copied and then we pasted. Now we are going to give a file name. And now it's exists. Now it clicked and it closed. It executed all the items perfectly now. This concludes example of KeyBoard. Thanks for watching. See you in another one.